What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Happy hump day. Happy hump day. I hope everybody's having a good day. Sorry I'm a little bit late, you guys. I was trying to get some stuff taken care of and I lost track of time. I looked up 1 minute, it was 6:50, and I was like, oh, I got a few minutes to get myself together. And then the next minute it was 7:04. I said, oh shoot. So hey to the people, hey. I'm getting ready to come on camera. Oh shoot. Damn it. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Y'all gonna have to give me a second. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Ah. Y'all gonna have to give me a second. Dang it. Shoot. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Give me a second. My apologies. Cajun, get the timestamp ready. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Really, B, I see what you were saying about Funky Dineva. I like him, but some things he says, ... Girl, yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like, is he talented? Absolutely. Is he funny? Sure. But some of his opinions, and it's sometimes the way he chooses to say things. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. As you can see, I was trying to get my hair together, right? Because you see, I washed it. I'm getting ready to get it braided tomorrow. And the ponytail holder popped. And that's why I was like, oh, shoot. Like, it popped literally as I was getting ready to come on camera. So I had to run. Luckily, I had one down here, but I had to go in the other room to go get it. So anyway. Really, B, you're really close to 20K. Keep shit. Yes, we are. I didn't really say anything when we hit 17.5, but we hit 17.5 last week. We're almost at 17.6, actually. So, yes, we are almost there. We're close. We are close. So, yes. Now, let me tell you something. I wish I had gone viral last week when I told y'all that Kenya was getting fired, but nobody listened to Really B because, I'm a small content creator and, I didn't really... it ain't really get in there. And then for the people that did get in there, baby, they was too busy telling me I was wrong. Baby, they was too busy telling me I didn't know what I was talking about. Y'all should read some of them comments, honey. Really, B, you don't know what you're talking about. And even some other bloggers, from what I was told, some other bloggers said Really B ain't know what she was talking about. I said, okay. Now, somebody told me that they saw it on Twitter, that somebody did put me on Twitter. Shout out to the person who put it on the Twitter. But what up, Therese? Nobody listens to Really B. And I get it. No, first of all, that was such a crazy thing that a lot of people didn't want to believe it. A lot of people were like, okay, and there was so much going on. I get it that I got caught up in the, the gossip rumor situation. I had to be very careful how I said it. Thank you so much. Who's that lady? Thank you, boo. I had to be careful how I said it because I didn't want to come right out and be like, Kenya fired. Because y'all know a lot of that is relative. Y'all know I don't like coming on camera like this. But just for y'all, I came on camera with my hair raggedy. Y'all know I don't like coming on camera like this. Rodney is going to be so in his feelings. I'm going to have to go over there and just super chat Rodney just for some sympathy. Because I know Rodney is in his feelings, y'all. Now, let me say this. Y'all know that I have to, for the tribe, y'all get me, right? The tribe understands that I have to be careful how I say things. One, I have to be careful how I say things to protect my source. Two, I have to be careful how I say things to protect me. So last week when I did my live and I said, Kenya out, Kim in. First of all, that was with, excuse me. First of all, I got a new retainer, and y'all know anybody who's ever had Invisalign will have a new tray. Anybody who know that's ever had Invisalign take a minute to get used to. I just went to the orthodontist yesterday, child. This thing tearing my mouth up. Well, Monday. If you listen to the live, I use the term they're putting Kenya on ice indefinitely, right? And I use the metaphor ice because I said, you put something in the freezer because at any moment you can decide to thaw it out, right? Because the reality of the situation is you can decide to thaw it out because they do it all the time. They did it with Quad. They've done it with other people. So that's why I didn't want to necessarily use that term, Kenya's fired for all of season 6, but that's what I was told. The exact language, that I was told was Kenya was fired for season 16. Now, does that mean that they might bring her back season 17? Maybe. But when I said Kim Zolciak, and it was with a question mark, that I'm not saying that they're hiring Kim Zolciak. What I am saying is that a phone call was made to a few housewives, and Kim was one of them. From my understanding, Candy was one of them, and Candy said, "Thank you, no thank you." Now, that doesn't mean that they didn't call other people, but I do know from what my understanding is that they are trying to figure it out because everything that they had planned for this season, well, not everything, but a lot of what they had planned for season 16 has fallen apart, right? Now, I'm going to give y'all some other tea that I've been getting. And again, I have to be careful how I say these things. So I need y'all to be listening to what I'm not saying. Y'all feel me? Okay. So they say Kim need that check. Sheree, listen, Sheree might be back because they had demoted Sheree to friend of, but from my understanding, she was trying to get too much money, and they were kind of like, "Yeah, girl, okay, bye." So Sheree coming back is not that far of a stretch. I haven't heard anything in my grapevine about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. I would not be surprised if that were the case. Let me say this. Everybody thinks the answer to saving Atlanta is bringing back the old Atlanta. Here's the problem, y'all, and we've had this conversation before, and I'm gonna drop the link if I have time because I just want to drop y'all this tea, and I'll open up the platform for a few minutes if y'all want to come up and talk about it. But let me say this. I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. Even if by some crazy stretch of the imagination, they are able to get Nene back. Everybody thinks Nene is going to save the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene is not going to save the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And here's why. Because y'all want 2016 Nene. Y'all don't want 2024 Nene. And that's who y'all are going to get. Y'all are not going to get 2016 Nene with the quick reads and the drags and Nene is Nene. I mean, she's witty. So, I mean, are you going to get a witty person? Yes, you're going to get a witty person. But you are also going to get somebody that has a brand now. And for wherever Nene is on that slide right now, you know what I'm saying? Wherever Nene is on that slide, Nene now has a brand. So you are not going to get the Nene that you want. So all y'all Nene fans that think that she's going to be the answer, she's not. That's the same way everybody thought Phaedra coming back was going to be the answer. And what happened? Phaedra came back and it was womp, womp, womp. Why? Because Phaedra has learned what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to put too much out there. Y'all not going to get too much, and y'all not going to get it before I want y'all to get it. I'm going to be very protective, and my storyline is going to be very contrived. That's it. That's all. So you're not going to get the person y'all thought y'all wanted. You're just not going to get her. And with that being said, that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents on that. Now, do I know what the answer is? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I do. I don't know what the answer is. I honestly think that I don't know if reality TV has jumped the shark and gone too far that we can't reel it in. I don't know. I think they should bring Shamari back. I thought Shamari was fun too. But remember, Shamari not coming back had a lot to do with her husband and not so much with production. From my understanding, Shamari could have come back. Her husband didn't want her to come back because she was telling too much of their business. But I find it interesting that they then turned around and did 3 seasons of couples therapy, which we really have to question the effectiveness of couples therapy if they had to do 3 seasons of it. But neither here nor there. Now he may be more open to it because they've already gone on other reality shows and told their business. So he might be more open to her coming on The Real Housewives of Atlanta now. I don't know. I would like to see a different and a real different point of view. Not because I'm going to get to the tea in a second. But if y'all, like, for example, if we go back to the original idea of Love and Marriage, right? Huntsville or DC or even Detroit. And we take out the toxicity of Love and Marriage Huntsville. The idea of Love and Marriage Huntsville was a great idea. It just became or is so toxic. When you're talking about the 3 young black entrepreneurs that are doing well in a little known hole in the wall city, and no disrespect to anybody that lives in Huntsville, but we've never had a show in the deep South like that before that highlighted black excellence. Look at the Bell Collective. Carlos has great concepts, but his messy, you know what I'm saying? His messy is what sidelines the good stuff, because the idea of Bell Collective is great. I was talking to Winter. I don't know if she's here or if she's going to drop down. Sometimes Winter will drop down. You know, Winter Harris from Love and Marriage DC. We actually had that conversation one time about a Bell Collective style show here in the DMV. Do you know how many black female entrepreneurs that are doing the damn thing here in DC? Like, I don't know if they would call, because Bell Collective wouldn't necessarily, the BELLE wouldn't necessarily work in DC. The name wouldn't apply to DC, but I don't know. They could call it Capital Collective. I don't know. But I think that would be such a great idea to talk to somebody. We have some women that are doing it. And I think if that's the concept, I think you'll get more people willing to come and do that. The problem is it starts here, and then it makes a hard left because we, and here's where we are the problem, or even a male version of Bell Collective. I think we need to see that too. We need to see more successful, positive black men on our TV as well. I agree, that aren't celebrities or athletes, right? I agree, Tracy. I think that would be a great idea. And for me, this is where the consumer becomes the issue. The consumer becomes the issue, and I'm pointing the finger at me as well, because when they show us the positive, then it's boring. It doesn't get the numbers. And let's be clear, that is what drives it all. The numbers are what drives it all. So if you can't get the numbers, you can't get the advertisement. You can't get the advertisement is what drives networks. So it seems like OWN will keep a reality show on forever and ever and ever and ever. I don't know. Maybe OWN is the place to go. But yeah, I don't know. I love a collective in Little Rock, Tulsa. Let me tell you something, Chuck. I would love to see a Bell Collective style show in Tulsa around Black Wall Street. There's a lot going on in Tulsa as it relates to trying to rebuild Black Wall Street. I would love to see that. And I know that I'm only one person and I might be the only one watching. But I would love, and here's the thing. We know there has to be drama. Like, nobody wants to, like, Winter said this the other day on her live. Think about what you do in a day, right? An average day, you get up, you go to work, you play with your kids, you walk your dog. Like, the average person's life from day to day is just not that interesting, right? For most of us. So you have to jazz it up. We get that. But when you spend 5 episodes on one thing and you drag it out just for the sake of drama, that is where, right, they had a show on Rebuilding Tulsa, absolutely. That is where people like me, that's where I get tired. I'm cool with the Real Housewives drama, arguing over, I told y'all this before, arguing over a cheese plate, arguing over who was in the VIP section at Beyonce. Well, I was in VIP. Well, I was in VVIP. I love that kind of shit, okay? But what I don't want is to see them argue over who was in the VIP section for 5 episodes. I don't even mind you bringing it up and throwing it in as a dig. Like, that's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. But where I get tired is where I have to look at 5 episodes of that dumb shit. That's where I'll be like, and y'all can see it when I do my reviews, I'll be like, we still talking about the charcuterie board. Charcuterie. The cheese board. Why are we still talking about the cheese board? You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with it to a certain extent because I get it. There has to be drama. Nobody wants to look at shit that's just boring. Like, right. Or the same arguments keep coming up. Once we resolve it, can we resolve it and really be done with it and move the hell on? They always getting into it over rooms on vacation. Yeah, can we stop arguing over rooms on a vacation? Like, again, y'all are staying in, some of these houses are like, multi-million-dollar houses. Like, some of them, because some of them are staying in, hole in the wall, Airbnbs in Miami. Real Housewives of Potomac. But like the Beverly Hills girls, like, come on, stop it. Is there really a bad room here? Like when they went to, where was that the reboot, the Real Housewives of New York reboot, where did they go? Where was that they went, y'all? It was where did they go? Was it Turks and Caicos? I mean, that's where I'm going. I would love to find that house they were staying in. But that house was like, come on, y'all. There's no bad room in this house. St. Bart's, thank you. There's no bad room in this house. Why are we arguing? Like, stop it. Stop it. So anyway, yeah, they went to the Hamptons at the beginning, but I'm talking about when they did their overseas trip. It was St. Bart's. Okay, thank you. Okay, y'all. Now, I ain't even got to the tea. Cajun, don't you put the timestamp, because we talked about, I'm going to have to add this to the title, because we did talk about, reality TV drama or something. I don't know. I had to figure out a way to say it. But let's get into some of this tea. So, again, y'all got to listen to what I'm saying, but I need you to pay attention to what I'm not saying. That's where I'm going for my birthday, Diamond Pearl, Turks and Caicos. I cannot wait. Oh, woo. Somebody said they want a members only live while I'm packing. I may do it. I may do a members only live while I'm packing because I'm a pack on Saturday. I was doing some stuff earlier today, putting some more stuff together. But how did you book your trip? Really be? I'm looking for next year. I went through Airbnb. I went through Airbnb. VRBO and Airbnb. They usually have the same houses. But I booked it. I went to Airbnb. I gave them what my price point was, and I told them, I didn't say Turks. I had an idea. Turks and Caicos was one of the islands I wanted to go to, but I think I put in the Caribbean. I'm not quite sure what I put in. But either way, it showed me like Dominican. See, they showed me houses in the Dominican, Turks and Caicos, and it was like a third island where I sort of I narrowed it down. So that's what I did. I booked it through there. And then, you put a deposit and then you just have to have the rest paid by a certain date. I don't know if I got your gift. I probably did. You see those boxes back there? Those are my birthday gifts that you guys sent me. And tomorrow night, my birthday party, I'm going to do an unboxing. So the first half of my birthday party, I'm going to be doing the unboxing. And then the second half, I'm going to invite some people up. You know, I'm going to reach out. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to my people. Capri. Oh my gosh, I want to go to Capri. Yes. I've been to Capri, but only for like a little bit. When I did my European cruise and we were in Italy, we went through, was it Capri? Yeah. But I didn't stay in Capri. All right, for real, y'all. Let's get to this tea. So what I had heard was from somebody. I had heard that Porsha was down to the Real Housewives of Atlanta being difficult, right? I heard that Porsha was being very difficult, that production is just not happy, that she's being very difficult. I know I said that, but I'm trying to find a different way of saying the Amalfi Coast. That's where I was. I was off of the Amalfi Coast. We drove down Amalfi. Like we drove down those, oh my gosh, those roads are so scary. And we had lunch and stuff down there, but we had to get back to the ship. They said that Porsha doesn't want to film with certain people. I'm not going to get too specific. I'm just going to leave it at that. That she's showing up late. Right? Now, I already told y'all, nobody believes it, but I already told y'all the little tea about Porsha and Simon filming a scene together. Now, again, y'all ain't got to believe me. Either I'm right or I'm wrong, but I'm just going to tell you that's what I was told. Why somebody was like, in my comments, this isn't correct information. Simon is in Puerto Rico. First of all, number one, y'all do know that Puerto Rico is like a 2-hour flight from Atlanta. So just because he's in Puerto Rico today does not mean he wasn't in Atlanta yesterday. Second of all, y'all know where he's posting from when he posted. Y'all don't know when those pictures were actually taken and where he actually is in real time. Okay, so maybe he's posting pictures from Puerto Rico. That doesn't mean that's where he is right now. Do y'all understand that I never post stuff in real time? When y'all see me post on Instagram, I'm probably back home by the time I post pictures. Like, people be cracking me up. He's in Puerto Rico. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I told y'all Kenya got fired too, though, didn't I? Now, that don't mean I'm right about everything. I'm just saying. But anyway, so I was talking to somebody and I said, I heard that that Porsha was being a little difficult. Now, this is the tea that I was told. Y'all ready for the tea? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? What I was told was a lot of that information is true, but not for the reasons that we think. Porsha isn't doing these things to be difficult or to be a diva. Porsha is doing these things because she is struggling financially to keep up. Now we know that they do get a stipend for like hair, like glam or what have you. But they don't get no stipend for clothes. They don't get no stipend for purses. They don't get no stipend for, all of those things, right? And from what I'm being told is that Kenya I keep saying Kenya. Porsha is coming late to things or not wanting to film certain things, not because she's just being difficult, but because, like, if it's a certain, dress code, she ain't got it. Or she's struggling to get it. Now listen, I ain't saying, but here's the thing. Somebody says she should have enough clothes and she has a hair company. Here's the thing, y'all. Remember, this isn't logical, people. And what I mean by that is, for us, yes, we have a closet, we have a closet full of clothes, and sometimes you might see the same thing twice. But we are talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta ladies. That's all about the labels and all about being, fashion, and all about having the newest, even if it's fake, let's catch. Even if it's fake, catch. They want to have a label. They want to have a Louis, a Gucci, a Prada, a Chanel, a Yves Saint Laurent. Like, they want to bring all of that stuff there, okay? Now, what I was told, again, y'all ain't got to believe what I'm telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all I'm just passing the information to the tribe. I'm just passing the information to the tribe. Y'all keep asking me about her hair company. Listen. You can have all the hair in the packs if you want, or that you want to, if you ain't got nobody to do it for you. Like, I can go buy a bunch of hair right now and put it right over there, and it's gonna sit right there. Remember, y'all, I want us to put some things in context. Y'all are thinking logically. Y'all are thinking, well, if 1 + 1 is 2 and 2 + 2 is 4. But let's remember, we're not dealing with 1 + 1 is 2. We're dealing with 1 + 1 is 5. Okay, we are dealing with these housewives. We are dealing with Atlanta, and we are dealing with Porsha. Now, when I say Porsha is struggling, does that mean Porsha can't pay her light bill? That is not what I'm saying. When I say Porsha is struggling, does that mean Porsha can't pay her car note? That ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Porsha is trying to keep up with what is already going on down to the Atlanta housewives, and she is struggling to keep up. That's what I'm saying. So when she's showing up late, it's because she's scrambling to get some things done. That's what I'm saying. Now, that's what I heard. Y'all ain't got to believe me. Y'all ain't got to believe me. Y'all, that's what I heard. That is what landed on my desk. But remember, too, Porsha gave up a lot. And Porsha started living a certain lifestyle, right? Porsha quit all her jobs. Well, I know she was still selling her hair, child, and her sheets and stuff. But Porsha gave up all her jobs. She gave up the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She gave up Dish Nation. She turned down jobs while she was with Simon, so she could be free to gallivant around the country with him. Remember, she was flying private jets, even though Simon wasn't paying the bill. But she was flying private jets. She was vacationing. She was going from Paris to Dubai, from Dubai to the Dominican Republic, from the Dominican to Africa. Remember this lifestyle that Porsha has been living for the past 2 years, right? So again, when I say Porsha is struggling, I ain't saying Porsha is broke, y'all. Y'all didn't hear that word out. Well, I did put that in the thumbnail, but that's just the clickbait. That's to get y'all in here. But I'm not saying Porsha is broke like me broke. I'm saying Porsha is broke like, oh my gosh, I have to go back to Delta Sky Club. You mean I can't, I'm not flying private jet anymore. I have to go back to Delta Sky Club. Oh my. You mean I have to go back through TSA with the common folk? Oh my gosh. Yeah, she did do that Celebrity on Mars show, but she also turned down stuff too. She did do that one, which was interesting. But she turned down some stuff too. The broke rich lifestyle. There it is, Cindy. Thank you. The broke rich lifestyle. I like how you said that. Yes, the broke rich lifestyle. Girl, is that legal? Absolutely. Porsha thought Simon was going to take care of her. And let me tell you what else Porsha thought. Now, Porsha should have had girl, is that legal, or Pam on the job, because Porsha also thought, I think she thought that prenup was going to be good too. And as you guys can see, yes, there's certain things that are in that prenup, but there are also things that Porsha is not getting that Porsha thought she was going to walk away with. I don't think she thought that Simon was going to be fighting her the way he's fighting her over that house, because again, it's in her prenup. She thought she was good. That's my opinion. I thought, I said, I gave Candy. I gave Porsha a lot of credit too, because I said, well, Porsha, she must have learned her lesson from her divorce from Cordell Stewart. I know she good. I know she got her stuff covered. Like, that's what I said in my mind, right? But I'm thinking maybe Porsha didn't get it as covered as much as I gave her credit for getting shit covered. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go back to this comment. Hold on. UBU Live said, Real Housewives of Atlanta needs a new production team. They're the root cause of the franchise demise. If Kenya really did something unlawful, like revenge, PORN, I'm sure that girl over there would have pressed charges. Stop. So let me address a couple of things in this statement. The first thing, I don't disagree with you. I think the production company is not great, number one. So that's number one. Number two, you said if Kenya really did something unlawful, like revenge, PORN, I'm sure that girl over there would have pressed charges. Stop. So I guess you're saying stop to me, like stop it, like to me, stop. I don't know. But let me say this about the Kenya situation. And I'm glad you said that because I wanted to address this as well. I think that because Candy said this as well when Candy did her interview last week on the Big Ticket Show. I think it was the Big Ticket Show. They're leaning, the people that are defending Kenya and Kenya herself is leaning into the fact that these pictures were found in a public space. I don't know if they were found on Instagram, Twitter. I don't know where they were found. But that is why Kenya keeps saying, I did not do revenge, PORN. Because I think that people are feeling like, I think that people are under the misconception that unless I got it from your private phone, then it's not revenge, PORN. Now, when we talked about the definition, the word, and Simone, if you want to speak to this, please do. You're the attorney in the room, and there may be another attorney in the room as well. You can speak to it. The word intent is a big word when we're talking about the definition of these things. So even though Kenya may have found those pictures in a public space, her intent in what she did with those pictures could be the problem. Now, I am not saying that what Kenya did was criminal because I don't know if it rises to the definition of a crime. However, you can get fired from something. You can get fired from a job for doing something that crosses a line that doesn't mean that it was illegal. It means that you broke the guidelines, the ethics, the morality clause, whatever term you want to use in your contract. So what I'm going to say is this. For all of the people that want to defend Kenya, I still don't know what actually happened. I only know what was rumored and what people who were in the room claim happened. That's all I know. But what I am going to say is this. I want everybody to put on their thinking hats. As even if you are a fan of Kenya, which I don't dislike Kenya. I don't. But I'm also a critical thinker. So what I want us to do is I want us to put on our critical thinking hats. And I want you to ask yourself a question. Would Bravo, think about where Real Housewives of Atlanta is right now. Kenya is really the last OG standing. Porsha is back, but she done missed 2 seasons or a season or whatever. Right? Everybody else on this cast, we got Drew, Porsha, and everybody else is new, right? Porsha's been gone for 2 years. Drew ain't really had, until her husband left her, we didn't even pay attention to Drew. Half of what she said out her mouth, we ain't believe it, right? Kenya is their staple. Kenya is their OG. Kenya is their superstar. Why would Bravo fire her if they didn't feel like what she did crossed a major boundary? I need y'all to put y'all critical thinking hats on. Bravo wouldn't have fired Kenya on GP. Bravo would not have. Now, they suspend her, sure. But they suspended her pending the investigation, which means when the investigation came back, they felt like what Kenya did was a fireable offense. I'm not saying Kenya broke the law. What I'm saying is what she did was serious enough that the production company and Bravo said, thank you, but no thank you. After how many years has Kenya been on this show? I mean, we know Kenya left and came back, but how many seasons has Kenya? We're on season 16. Kenya had to have been there about 12 of those seasons, right? Y'all, I mean, again, y'all got to put on y'all critical thinking hat sometime when it comes to stuff like this. I know we have our fans and we like people, but we got to put our critical thinking hat. Let me see what Simone said. Simone said, even though those photos were wrongfully placed in the public space, as in someone else committed revenge, PORN, when they put them in the public site that anyone reposted is liable. Okay, wait a minute. Let me read that again. Even though those photos were wrongfully placed in a public space, as in someone else. Okay, so if someone else did it and Kenya took those pictures and then reposted them, then that is also liable. See, that's coming from an attorney. So if Kenya got those pictures as a result of somebody else committing revenge, PORN, right? Let's say that Britt Edie took those pictures with her ex-boyfriend and he posted them in a public space. If Kenya took those pictures, even though they were in a public space, and reposted them for the purposes of, what she did to embarrass her, whatever, she still could be liable, right? I want to make sure I understood, Simone. If I repeated that correctly, let me know. Hold on. Thank you for being spiritual gangster. Hold on. Thank you for being a member. Child, this chat is moving. It keep jumping. Hold on, spiritual gangster. Hold on. Let me go back to your comment. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. Kenya didn't think about the climate that we're in. I agree. And again, y'all, we have to too also remember sometimes, like I said before, sometimes things sound like it's not a big deal. Or like you said, she felt like, well, I got it from a public space, yada, yada, yada. But that just ain't how it worked. Thank you. Okay. She said correct. Thank you. So thank you, girl. Is that legal? So I hope. And again, y'all, I ain't got no pot to piss in the window, throw it out of when I don't say that. I don't have no dog in this race when it comes. I don't dislike Kenya. And I don't know what Kenya did. But what I do know is companies like Bravo, NBC Universal do not fire people on a whim that makes them money unless they have to. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I do not think that a company like NBC Universal fires somebody that makes them money. And also remember, that was quick, y'all. We talk about 3 weeks. Really, B, do you still think Porsha and Simon are doing all this for a storyline? I don't. And I'm going to tell you, I wasn't sure at first because it just seemed weird. But I'm going to tell you why. Porsha had a great storyline with Simon. Everybody wanted to see this lifestyle that Porsha was living. Everybody wanted to see Porsha and Simon in real time. All of us were vested. When I say all of us, I don't mean every single person. But all of us were vested in seeing Simon and Porsha really living this lifestyle that we've been seeing on Instagram, right? We left off with Porsha stole somebody's husband. But for the past 2 years, we've been living vicariously through their social media, right? We as the fans, we were vested in that. So it didn't make sense to do it for a storyline. It just seemed like it came out of nowhere, though, right? Thank you for becoming a member, Charlene W. If you're renewing, thank you for renewing. I appreciate it. Star says it doesn't matter if producers knew morally Kenya was wrong, period. Can you imagine someone doing that to Brooklyn? Again, I don't know why she thought that was a good idea. Again, like I said, and in a public space, like it still would have been wrong if she had done it like privately. But if you had done like a housewives tea at your house and the only people there were the girls from the show, like there was no outside people, it was just y'all having, tea and crumpets at your house, or y'all know how they had these little made up events or whatever, and then you did it, you still would have been wrong. But the fact that you didn't think it was a problem putting it in such a public space with people from the outside there, like there were people there that were like there were members of the media and stuff there. I mean, there were I say media, bloggers and stuff. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? If what she's being accused of, she did. ReallyB, I don't know if this makes sense, but allegedly, if she did post on social media, she probably wouldn't suffer consequences. But if she posts on network, that's a big deal. If I'm making sense, I understand what you're saying, Sharice. I understand what you're saying. Thank you. Kia said the same thing. I have repeatedly said her intention made it an issue. Exactly. Even if it wasn't illegal, it was unethical. That was work. They have rules. Stop saying what someone did in the past. It's new rules. Absolutely. Now, the other comment that UBU said was, if that really happened, then Britt Edie would have sued. Did I not? You must not have heard the tea that I gave y'all last week when I told y'all that Britt Edie has gotten an attorney. And Britt Edie has requested that Bravo not show that footage. I don't know if that's going to make it into the season. And the fact that they have fired Kenya now makes me think it's not. Because if they fired Kenya, they have no reason to show anything that Kenya filmed prior to. I mean, of course, if they do like a group scene or something like that, Kenya will probably be in it. I mean, I don't know if they edit around her or what they're going to do. But they have no incentive to show that scene, especially if Kenya is no longer with the show. So we may never see it. So we may never know. But from my understanding, Britt Edie did have an attorney, and the attorney reached out to Bravo, and basically she just wanted them not to air it. Now, whether she's going to come after Kenya on the back end, I don't know. Now, what I did hear, this is the other part of my tea, and then I'm going to drop the link for a few minutes. This is the other part of my tea. Now, what I did hear, I don't know if Kenya and B. Scott officially fell out or if B. Scott just spoke from their heart and spoke their truth. Like, listen, I can be your friend and still not agree with something you did. And I saw where someone asked, first of all, B. Scott looked good. I like that short blonde on them. They look good. Okay. But the question was asked about it and they gave their honest answer. I think sometimes I don't know. Like, yes, they're friends with Kenya, but they also are in this field. And when people ask, they, to keep their integrity, they have to be honest. So I don't know. And here's the thing. If they are real friends, who's to say they didn't have that conversation behind, like B. Scott and Kenya may have talked and B. Scott may have told Kenya how they felt. I don't know. So I'm not going to automatically jump to conclusions that they have fallen out just because B. Scott spoke and said, I don't think what Kenya did was right. I don't think that automatically means that they fell out. Shoot, I got friends that tell me when I'm wrong all the time. I appreciate it. Thank you. Like Scotty of the Trees. Yeah, I mean, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Let's be honest. Kenya has been playing with the I'm divorcing Mark every season. So this was probably her goal to get a new storyline. Yeah, I just think she just went too far. So from my understanding though, Kenya is looking at what legal options she may have. And I know some of y'all are sitting there like, what? What do you mean legal options? Kenya don't have no legal options to do nothing. All I'm going to say is Kenya is looking into some legal options that she has. That she has. Now, what those legal options are, if and when I can speak more on it, I will at that time. But I'm going to just go back to, remember when Kenya did her live and she spoke about bloggers? And she spoke about how the bloggers have done things to try to sabotage her business. And remember she didn't say a blogger's name. She didn't speak anybody's name. But remember when Kenya was speaking about the bloggers? So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that Kenya is going to file a lawsuit. I'm just saying Kenya is thinking about her options as it relates to some things that she feels like happened that were not appropriate. So I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm going to drop the link for a few minutes. I'm not going to be here for long because I'm still trying to get content together for you guys. I have will be putting up when I get off of here a Bridgerton review. I'm going to do House. I'm gonna get caught up on House on Fire tonight. I'm caught up on Power. Real Housewives of Dubai. Real Housewives of Dubai. I was going to do it tonight, but I don't think I can't do two. It's too much to do. So I'm gonna try to get some content uploaded. And we'll do Dubai Friday. We'll do the Real Housewives of Dubai Friday. The episode was okay. Do I watch Love Island USA? I didn't, and I kind of wish I was now because it looks like it's a lot going on. I watched the one season, but Love Island is a lot because it's every dang night. It is every dang night. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Big Brother. Big Brother, I like the way I did Big Brother last season, and I think that's the way I'm going to do it this season. I just did a weekly roundup. I did like short videos, I did like a short video, but on Fridays, I just did a weekly roundup because it's hard to keep up with Big Brother. It's really, really hard. So I think myself, I'm not going to say who it is yet until we solidify it, but I see you backstage. I'm going to get you in a second, boo. So we're going to do a panel. I'm looking at like 3 to 4 people, and we're going to do like a weekly roundup of Big Brother. So when I get back, we will get the matter of fact, I gotta make that phone call too. Okay. Hold on, let me bring you up. I did drop the link. If you guys want to come up, I'll drop it again and I will pin it. If you want to come up, like I said, we're not going to be here long. We're not going to tarry. And then what they say, we're not going to tarry long. Hold on, let me put a screensaver up. Okay. Kate?
Answer here.
Okay. Hey, what's up, boo?
Nothing. What's going on, Really B? How y'all doing out there?
I'm good, girl. We trying to weed through this Real Housewives of Atlanta tea, honey. What you think about what's going on down there this season?
Kenya played herself,
Ooh.
and the thing about it is, they want to knock Nene off her pedestal. Her, Candy,
Mm.
Cynthia, and you did one ditch, but you should have done 3, because now all 3 of y'all gone. And Kenya, I know Kenya got fans and stuff out there, and I'm not saying I dislike her, but I dislike the things that she has done. You was nasty to Kim, you was nasty to Tanya, you was trying to bully other people, and now the boomerang you just got that boomerang effect. It just came back and slapped her in the face because you can't treat people like that and think you're
I
gonna get
see
away
you.
with it. Yes, production let you got away with a lot of stuff, and you played right into their hands. Cause think about it. You remember she was saying that they wouldn't um, do her opening for her salon,
Mm-hmm.
and you were down
Mm-hmm.
to Carlos King. Maybe they did. Maybe production did see what you was doing. Maybe they wanted you to make that mistake so they can get rid of you, and you fell for it. You let a newbie came in and knock you off your pedestal. And the thing of it is, how
Mm.
you gonna be mad with Britt when they so claimed that she was messing with Mark? When were you ever with Mark? Because Mark was never with you. So why would you be upset about Britt being with the man? Because he was never with you. Even when he was with you, you won Kenya, you was Ken. So that right there telling me a whole different thing. And like I said, she was nasty to a lot of people. And as I said before, that boomerang effect, people don't have no idea. You put one thing out, don't expect it's not going to come out because everything you put out, it has a karma effect. Everything that you does has a karma effect. If you putting out negativity stuff, negativity is going to come back to you. You putting out positive stuff, positivity is going to come back to you. And I don't see anything positive that she did. I hate that she lost her job, but you lost your job because something you did. Wasn't nothing that we did, wasn't nothing we told you. And even if people would have told her not to do it, she would have did it anyway because she think all of them on there is stupid. And who was buying that fugazi that you and Portia's is friends? You would never be Portia's friend because you would never let it live out. You would never forget that Portia dragged you on live TV. So y'all playing that fugazi thing like y'all friends, be for real. And you're not friends with Cynthia, but she don't understand because her bread is not fully baked. This woman was sitting up there telling you in your face that you was dumb for opening up a wine shop, saying that you don't know what you're doing. But yet still you follow behind her like a little puppy. And now, I mean, she told you to your face basically that you was dumb. She called them all dumb. She said the whole table was dumb as heck when she was in that bathroom. Remember the episode? She called all of them dumb. But either way, let somebody else talk because she dug her own ditch. That's all I got.
All right, Jane, how you doing, boo?
Hey, sweetie. Um, Real Housewives of Atlanta has a brand problem from a lot of different aspects. Porsha should have relationships by now where getting the things she needs to be successful on the show, whatever they are, shouldn't be a problem. If she cannot get those things, part of the reason is that she doesn't have good relationships. I wonder how many people she gave her butt to kiss when she was jet setting around the world. I'm just saying. As far as Kenya goes, Kenya is suffering from aging out. Kenya is in her 50s. Everything about her salon is old and dated. It looks like a hotel from the 90s. I know that it's her dream, but you can't charge $300 to do hair and have your beauty products in Sally's. Those are two different customers. And the look of both Porsha, of Kenya, the whole show is not appealing to a newer audience. One, it's not luxury, not really. We've seen what real luxury is, right? It's mainly based on designer brands and mess. And people have grown tired of that because everybody says, well, it's the same old thing. So how do you mix it up? They need to figure out some way to attract one, a younger audience, which they've been trying to do for the past 5 years. Two, like you said, show some women actually doing something positive. And three, show women who actually have real relationships. Like, I'm sorry, what's her name? Kade, who was just speaking, said, you don't believe that any of these women actually like each other. You don't believe that any of these women are actually friends. So even when they argue and they fight, it's part of the show. So the question then to the audience is, do you want to see pulling wigs and throwing drinks? Or do you want to see Black women in luxury, or do you want to see something else? Because what you watch is what they'll show you. And I think that Kenya is in this mess because she's tapped in to the mess. She's tapped into, I'm going to be the mean girl. I'm going to get rid of Britt, who I personally think she's jealous of. I think she's jealous because Britt's a very attractive woman. She's young and she has the type of personality that could easily overshadow Kenya's for screen time. So when you add all of those things together, plus maybe she messed around with Mark, that would be too much for Kenya's ego. And the final thing I wanted to say was, did we not learn anything from Nene? Just on this franchise, I don't understand why more people don't emulate or mimic Candy.
April, you there? I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't interrupting. Didn't emulate Candy as opposed to emulating Nene. Like all of the diva stuff, all of the bad behavior, all of the being out of pocket, it's gotten old. What people responded to with Candy was, and the same thing goes for Dr. Heavenly, is that you see them actually doing stuff. You see them actually building businesses, and in many ways it's accessible to the people watching. So to bring everything full circle, I think, yeah, it would be interesting to see the lifestyle of Porsha and Simon jet setting, but how does that fit in with the rest of the cast? It didn't make sense. It really doesn't. I mean, because if we're honest, they're not rich, they're upper middle class. They're upper middle class on the level that is aspirational for most of their viewers, but they keep trying to do things that they can't afford. And it keeps coming out that they can't afford these things. And it looks fugazi. It looks cheap because everybody's in foreclosure. Everybody's wearing fake stuff. Everybody's doing these half-ass businesses. Like Sheree can't even get activewear together, which is one of the easiest things to do in this particular environment. None of it makes any sense. Like, who are they trying to reach? That's my main thing. What do we really want to see is the question I have for everybody. What do y'all really want to see? Because is it enjoyable to complain about some of these things? Because I'm kind of bored.
Right. April, are you there, boo?
I'm here.
Okay. I just wanted, before I took this. Okay. April, what you got to say, babe?
I think it's just a big miscalculation on Kenya's part. Like this is a bad time to be playing with photos and sex shaming people, because Bravo is in the midst of litigation all the way going back to Nene, Brandy Glanville, the drama that happened on the girls' trip. Fighting is still clearly open market because chicks is getting hit with glass bottles in Jersey. So It's not a deal breaker. But one thing Bravo doesn't seem to want to deal with is they don't want to deal with sexual assault, anything in that lane. And Kenya, I just thought this could have been great for her because she's a vet. She could have took it somewhere different. I enjoy Candy, but she was putting me to sleep. So it was good to kind of get a break from Candy, you know what I'm saying? But it could, and Porsha's in the midst of the divorce. That would have been messy because, Simon won a peach. And that would have been so cute. But at your spa opening, you thought, you know what, I'm going to sex shame a woman. Because for some reason, Kenya is fixated with sex shaming women. When it came to Bolo, Porsha and everything she's doing. And I'm like, as someone who had to pay for partnership early on in the show, I just found it really weird that she's still on this sex shaming stuff. Especially now the divorce is final. It would have been cute to see her date or at least buy a new boyfriend. That would have been cute for the show.
Not buy a new boyfriend.
Or something. But now we stuck with, now they're like cutting and pasting and got to edit her off the show. It's going to look crazy. But you know what it also sets up? It sets up, well, now future women who actually are doing stuff in Atlanta are now going to be scared and not want to come near it, or it's going to completely turn it into a bootleg Zeus where girls are willing to throw a wine bottle episode 1. So, but Dini was right. She said she don't declass the show. Well, that was Porsha and Phaedra, but that Kenya would be the end of the show. It didn't have to be this way, but you know, she should have went to therapy before this season and worked out that mama shit instead of posting dick pics. I was just like, how did we get here? Is this Zeus? Now that's TV? Right. What is this?
Right. That's what I said. I don't know what she thought was a good idea about that. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know.
I'm lost.
No, she
well, thank y'all for coming up. I'm going to go ahead.
She thought she was going to get the same type of, I guess, confirmation when she brought the cookie lady to Tanya and then calling Tanya the C word. So I guess she with all that type of stuff that she thought that she would be fine. She thought she was going to be fine after she pushed Kim Fields' chair and pushed her out, pulled her chair back and kept trying to intimidate and bully Kim. And then you calling her husband the G word. I mean, like, and then you want people to be nice to you when you're not nice to other people. When she has a grudge against you, she has a grudge. And I don't care what Apollo said. Kenya and him was texting. He only said that to get back at Phaedra. He was lying too. So both of them are liars. Kenya came on the show as a liar. You came on the show calling what's his name with the little tow truck. You said the man didn't want you. Then you try to say that man was gay. You had the other guy, the black guy with the bald head. You was having that man looking like a fool when you was still messing with this man like he was stalking you. You was a liar.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, all type of stuff, and then you want people to feel sorry for you. No, because you did this. The only person I feel sorry for is Brooklyn, because now her mama gonna have to start a GoFundMe page.
Not start a GoFundMe.
Oh, we might need to have a moment of silence for Brooklyn because she's having to
start a GoFundMe page.
And having to go to school. Oh God. But how old is she now? Oh God, I don't want to talk about this. Is that your mom? Did she have penis pictures on her in her opening? My mama was there. Oh God.
But why was she so popular though? Because we have to be honest, there has to be something in all of that, because I never liked Kenya. I'm not gonna lie. I never liked her for all the reasons you guys just named. And so, but she's very popular.
But that's the rationale though. Every show needs a good villain. I don't care what season it is. And Kenya embodied it in a healthy way. Like Marlo is the bootleg, great value villain. And that's why they pushed her out the door. Kenya kind of like she plays to the audience. She's beautiful. She has stuff going for herself. She clearly needs mental help on the side, but at least there was something there, and she had relationships with the women. But people love a villain. Like there's why is Giselle still around?
Right. And the one thing I've learned about, especially reality TV, everybody has fans. Absolutely. So even though you never liked her, even though she wasn't somebody you cared for, everybody has fans. So I mean, I can't tell you why people liked her or whatever, but everybody has fans, so it just that's what it is.
And I guess part of my point is that part of the formula? Do we want somebody in Kenya's spot who's going to do Kenya stuff, but just not take it too far? Because that seems, if we need a villain for the reality formula, okay, then we're going to get more of the same. Is it just the fact that she just took it too far this time? Because what else do you want to see from Kenya when she's not messy? Because when she's not messy, people think she's boring. That's the part that I'm struggling with.
I completely agree. And I'm sorry to interrupt you. I mean, because she's one of the best shady readers on the show. And I thought this was going to be her season that she actually, because she cried last season that they didn't showcase her personal accolades and her hair store and all that. So I thought this was going to be the opportunity. And you got a bunch of rookies. They're primed for good reads and you're an OG. So to go this far, I don't understand. But in the case of not getting sued and fired, people are either going to tread really lightly in the future or come in swinging. You don't know what we about to get next season.
Right. Well, to me, good readers are good reads are based in truth. You know what I mean? That's always my thing. Like when you really nail somebody with their truth. And I think that Kenya has the capacity to do that. But she just, in my opinion, has always in her reading, like I personally, I think Nene's a much better reader because of the things that she says are funny and they're based in truth. I think Kenya's, in my opinion, are just based in, let me see how mean I can be. Let me see how I can embarrass and humiliate you. And I think that's a different energy. So what do we really want to see? Do we really want to see somebody who embarrasses and humiliates Black women? Or do we want a Kiki?
Well, clearly Bravo don't want, because she's at the house right now. So clearly Bravo does not want that. But I mean, really be like, what do you think they can do next? Because I totally understand what you're saying about like what poison do you want? I think Nene would still be on the show if she didn't go take everything personal and start targeting. Because I think she just got over it and her head got big. But where you think they can go next? Because I don't necessarily want to see a cut and paste season.
But see, y'all have to realize Nene, when Candy came on the show, she kept coming for Nene. Like she didn't want to be below Nene. Nene was the show, whether people say so or not. Until she, like you said, until she got to doing different things like Glee and all that type of stuff. So her attitude and stuff changed. Like we really be said, she is a brand now. But Nene was the show. The whole time you had Candy, Cynthia, and Kenya trying to come for Nene. They did this. They banded together to do this. And now, as you see, all three of them is gone. They tried to come for Nene. And like I said, Nene got the big head. Don't get me wrong. She did. But the thing of it was, she was the show. And maybe they would, if they would have came together and did everything the right way, it still could have been the show. And that goes for RHOP too. You got Giselle. She's very nasty. You got Ashley. She's nasty. Well, they don't go as well. They do go, but they don't go as low because Candace can go lower. But what I'm saying is with Kenya, if you're gonna do some reads, your reads don't have to be as nasty as they come out of. If you don't want, I mean, you can be a villain and whatsoever, but the stuff that she does is very, very nasty. And I'm sorry, I don't care who don't agree with me or not. It's what I see on my TV. It's what I see her do. It's what I see her say. And like I said, her fans need to start her GoFundMe page because who finna go and pay you your money to do your hair? Ain't nobody finna do that. If anybody do that, they dumb as bricks too. I'm not finna give you no full payment if you ain't did my hair yet. Then what if I don't like my hair? Are you gonna give me my money back? Then no, we can't do no refunds. No ma'am. So if that's the kind of case, y'all need to go ahead and start the little GoFundMe page because ain't nobody finna do that, man. I'm done with Really B. I'm not gonna jump in anymore, but yeah, I'm done.
No, you fine. No, you fine. You fine. You fine. I just want to So I'm somebody asked, could anybody join the link? Anybody can join the link, but I'm kind of wrapping it up. We've been here an hour. But if you come back next time, I'll make sure that you get on the link next time. Thank you for the people that did come up. We got some new people up here this time. Thank you guys for clicking the link and coming on up here. Excuse me, and coming on up here. But I want to try to we'll be back tomorrow at 8:00 for my birthday party. I'm not sure what time I'm getting home. If I get home early enough to do the Real Housewives of Dubai, I will. I'm just not sure what time I'm gonna get home because I'm gonna go after I get my hair braided. I'm gonna go get my nails done. So it's just gonna depend on what time I get home. But I will be here at 8:00 tomorrow for my birthday party. Y'all come on back. We had over 300 people in the chat today. I hope we have about 300 likes. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do so on your way out the door. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to y'all later.
Happy birthday.
Thank y'all.